he has a beautiful way to dominate the opponent's queen. Just because it is right now, it is in a very tight spot. True, if you give him a chance, he's going to try to escape like this, and then it will be all over for you. But with the energetic play, white is capable of keeping that queen very neatly blocked. And he's going to block it with his king, as we're about to see it. So first move is bishop e6. It becomes clear that black cannot capture back with the king b6 to the check on c5. Black is instantly losing the queen, and therefore black has no other choice but to take with the queen. That gives us a tempo to push both the pawns up, like this. And once the king goes back to c8, well, we have a brilliant point here. We can go with the king on e4. It's a very strange case in which the pawns, together with the king, are dominating the opponent's king and queen. True, His Majesty is obstructing Her Majesty here, so they are not acting as a team. If we just switch their spots, then of course black would be winning, but in this particular case, they're sort of obstructing each other, and this king is fabulously located in the center, so he's not letting them come out at all. After h4, all white has to do is to keep winning, and black is over and over again getting into 6-5. The queen is lost now. It doesn't really matter if it's going to go into the corner there with this little fork. If the king goes to d8, it's all the same. We're going to capture the queen like that. Once that we capture the queen, we have the king d5. Practically we are playing up a pawn, and this is going to be an easy win. We're going to push the pawn up to c6, then we're going to infiltrate, take them on d5, and that would be it. As I mentioned in the introduction, if you remember, usually Zugzwang is a product of domination, and domination is happening very often in positions with opposite color, bishop a6, especially with major pieces on the board. But sometimes, even without the major pieces on the board, one of the sides can dominate the opponent and force him into a deadly Zugzwang. Here is a typical example by Gajah. After b4, king k6 and king to c6, black can never bring the bishop out anymore because of this little checkmate on c8. He may, however, try to push that pawn on e4, but then there comes the move bishop e6. All we have to do is to wait for him to push the pawn and then to force him into the corner. Once the king goes into the corner like this, we can set up this nice little ambush for His Majesty. And there is no time for him to push the pawn up, because of the simple move b6. If he ever promotes to a queen, this is going to be mate. You can choose where to go with the king, but it's mate no matter where we go. Check and checkmate. If he tries instead of this to the front with a move like king to a7, then nothing really changes. We can wait as much as we like. He will never get better on the line squares. After king to 8, we are still going to use the same idea with b6, and cb6 would be met with king takes b6. Checkmate. It's all that bishop to blame for the multiple Zugzwangs. In this final example, we're going to have a look at the most complicated case of a Zugzwang. It's a study by Kasparyan, one of the greatest study composers ever. The most obvious pawn for white is to push the pawn up like this, and to try to turn it into a queen, but it transpires that black has enough counterplay. He can give a check, he can push the pawn, and this pawn is going to cost white the bishop. So this is why, in the initial position, rather than pushing the pawn immediately, white needs to get rid of this rook and to block it. Unfortunately for him, there is still a lot of counterplay that black has thanks to his two connected passers, so this check is a must. But then the king goes to e1. And here, it doesn't seem like white is going to have too much of a problem. He can definitely go with the bishop on e3, and he's threatening to deliver checkmate. But, in fact, that would be a wrong decision. Black has a very nice way and a very nice path to the draw. Study-like path. He can push the pawn up to b2. Rook b2 is forced, and then he can capture the one on f6 bravely. On bishop d4 he has a check. It seems like he is still in trouble. It seems like he's going to get checkmated as the bishop is controlling the f2 square. But there is the move e3. And even though white is going to win the rook, this is not going to lead to the win of the game. It's going to be stalemate. So therefore, white needs to find something else. What is he going to find? Well, he's going to push the pawn up. This is an obvious move. What's not that obvious is that black has counterplay here as well.
he may take on g5. And on f8, queen, threatening mate, he has this cool check followed by the even more cool move rook to g2. Not only stopping the mate, and not only preventing this king from moving, but creating a mating threat himself, this one and that one. Why he's nothing else but to give the check on a3. But then comes the move rook a2. The two threats are still there. Rook c2 is still there, b2 is still there. It seems like why he's nothing else but to come back with the queen on c5. To which, okay, b2 is no longer working, but rook h2 is working. And after rook d2, he can simply repeat the moves, and that would be a positional draw. Even though white has an expert queen, he has no chance of winning it. However, instead of playing for this, white can do something else. He can play once again for 6-5. He can force the opponent's pieces to get into the worst possible positions with rook d2. Now, rook takes a3 is going to lead to the same old 6-5 with rook to b2. Black is nothing else but to move the rook, still block the king, and get checkmated like this. So we give him away the queen for just 1-6-5. And notice that after rook d2, even b2 is not going to help, as this time there is no stalemate after rook takes b2, a3 check, rook b8 for instance. There are multiple ways to win this, but this is the most convincing one.